Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews. I'm your host, Matt Spease, and today we are looking at Evil Dead, released in 1981. Evil Dead was directed by Sam Raimi and stars Bruce Campbell, Richard Demanicor, who was credited under the name Hal Delrich, Ellen Sandweiss, Betsy Baker, Teresa Tilley, who, just like Richard, was credited under the name Sarah York. Now, the reason they were credited under these different names was apparently because of this being a non-union production. They wanted to do it under different names. Bruce Campbell, Ellen Sandweiss, Betsy Baker, and of course Sam Raimi, being credited as the director, chose to go ahead and use their real names instead of a pseudonym. At the time of shooting this film, Sam Raimi was only 20 years old. The film was shot in 1979 and took 2 years before the film was actually released in 1981. So at the time of filming, he was 20, and his star, Bruce Campbell, was 21. This film has a really weird and creepy, cool story that you just can't help but enjoy, especially if you're a horror fan like myself. Now, special effects for the film, by today's standards, when you look at it, they're pretty rough, but it has a charm about it. Because of the way Sam Raimi shot this, these outdated and weird effects that he does just seems to work in this film. It gives it a certain charm. Bruce Campbell was not the Ash that we would know of later on in the other films where he's the big hero. Looking at this film, when it starts, one would think that Richard Demanicor, aka Hal Delrich as Scotty, would be your lead man that was going to survive, because he was portrayed as more the tough guy, the guy that's, ready for anything. When shit goes down, he doesn't hesitate to take action and stop the Deadites. Bruce Campbell's Ash in this one more backs away and doesn't immediately take action. It isn't until Richard/Hal's character of Scotty is killed until Ash starts to kind of become more the man of action that we will know him from the later films. Ellen Sandweiss in this film was excellent as Cheryl. I just wish that she would not have been the first to be possessed by the demon. I really liked her performance. She's one of the best looking actresses in the film, in my opinion. Betsy Baker as Linda is more just the plain, average looking girl, which I guess works for this plain, everyday man Ash for this film, having a plain looking ordinary girlfriend. Teresa Tilly slash Sarah York as Shelley, she's probably the second most attractive actress in this film. And if you look at her today, she's even got better with age. So, but Ellen is the one that stood out as a really good. I mean, earlier in the film when she is having issues with them listening to the recording and all that, and feeling that this is not right, we shouldn't be doing this. She's the character that is the voice of reason, that is trying to talk them out of doing this when they find the recorder and they find the Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. And Scotty is, of course, the one that eggs him on to, hey, let's go ahead and do this, dude. This is fun.
Hey, come on, I just want to hear the rest of it. No big deal.
Ash just goes along for the ride because he's not the Ash that we know later. He is more going just along for the ride, with Scotty. Like I said, until Scotty is killed, and then Ash has to jump into and do his own thing. Betsy Baker is good for what she's given in this film, as is Teresa Tilly. But I think the only one that really stood out for me amongst the females as one of the better performers in this was Ellen. Which it's a shame that her character was, this great character that is the voice of reason amongst the group. And the demon takes her away from them. And then there's nobody to voice any reason for these characters, so they're doomed, Ash, at the end, has to fight off his own sister, his best friend, his best friend's girlfriend, and his own girlfriend. And he has to kill every one of them. That's a sad story. But Sam Raimi directs this sad story in such a way that even though it is a tragic thing for Ash to have to go through all this, it's just an enjoyable watch. The final moments with the Cheryl Deadite and the Scotty Deadite attacking Ash and him destroying the book, or thinking he's destroyed the book, throwing it into the fire. And the stop motion effects of them disintegrating and everything is just, like I said, the effects are really dated today's standards, but it has a certain appeal about it. You don't really if you're watching it and going to nitpick, you'd say it's a crap movie. I don't do that. The film is directed with such charm and such vigor by the young at the time, Sam Raimi, that I think it is one of his better films. And it deserves the place it has in history as this great cult classic. I give Evil Dead 1981 8.1 out of 10. It is a really good start for a movie career, for a director and for a actor with Bruce Campbell. It's a shame a lot of the other actors in this never really went on to much more after this. But that's the way things were back in the day. I mean, there was a lot of movies at this point between the 79 and 80s and everything that had certain actors in them, and that was their only thing they're known for, because they didn't go on to do anything else. They chose not to. For Betsy Baker's part, she chose that after this film to just move on with her family life. Which is good for her, you know. But the only one that really stuck around and did more after this one, other than Bruce, of course, was Ellen Sandweiss. She had played in quite a bit of stuff. I really like Ellen Sandweiss as an actress. And I just wish she would have been in more predominant things, that the things that she's done, you know, stuff you have probably never heard of, unfortunately. But what do you think of this film? Do you agree with my review? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you like this review, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Anyway, I will see you in the next review or ranking, whatever it may be.